Okay, so for this recipe, you will need a fourth of an onion. I sliced it long ways thin, but of course you can chop it. I have 2 tilapia fillets. You can also add a half a pound of shrimp or a pound of shrimp, deveined and peeled. I'm not big on shrimp, so I'm not going to do those. Another recommendation is to add a package of crawfish tails. This is some diced minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic, which I prefer. Half and half. Some Philadelphia cooking cream. This one is in creamy pesto, and I'm only using this one because it's what I have on hand. I would normally use just a plain Philadelphia cream cheese. Mushrooms, some Old Bay seasoning, garlic powder, pepper, onion powder, and cilantro. So let me show you how I'm going to put this together. So in the pan, I just have a little bit of olive oil. You can use peanut oil or whatever kind of oil you want, and I just season both fillets with a little a slap your mama garlic onion powder, you know, the regular seasonings, or whatever seasoning you like to season your fish with. And we're not going to cook the fish all the way. We're just going to cook it halfway on both sides and then set it to the side. It's going to end up finish cooking in the sauce. So I'm just going to give it a turn. And if it breaks up, that's okay, because it's going to get broken up over the rice anyway, which is cooking over here. So I'm actually going to break this piece, because you see how this is a thin piece. I'm going to take these halves out sooner than the thicker pieces in the rest of the yum yums. And I'm going to deglaze the pan with, and you just want to get up all of the bits off the pan. You don't need that much, but you just want to make sure all the bits of fish are off the bottom of the pan, but you leave them in here because they add flavor to the meal. So I'm going to let the onions cook for a second, then I want to add garlic. We'll substitute using some garlic and herb Laughing Cow wedges. I'm going to use 2, and then I'll also use a fourth of a cup of cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese on the top, since I cannot use my Philly cream cheese. Okay, so now we're going to add lots of yummy garlic. We're going to add in the half and half. I'm not going to use the whole 16 ounces. I'm using about 9-10 ounces, eyeballing it, of course. Let that stir in, and then I'm going to add in the 2 wedges. I might add in 3 wedges of Laughing Cow cheese. And this is going to substitute as my Philadelphia cream cheese, since I don't have any, but I would prefer to use that. But this is going to be a much lighter version, since now we're using Laughing Cow. And instead of using heavy cream, we use half and half. The fish, definitely great. Onions, garlic, of course, always good for you. Let the Laughing Cow just melt into the sauce, and let it cook down just a little bit. I'm also going to add in the mushrooms. Lots and lots of mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, just leave them out, but I love mushrooms. Onions, garlic, all of this is my favorite kind of vegetables. Okay, while this was simmering away and cooking down, reducing, I added in a lot of black pepper. Excuse me, as you can see. Some Old Bay. Okay, so I added in the cheese. Now it's time to add the fish back in. And I'll try to keep it as whole as possible, but it's going to break up. But you'll have like a big chunk and then little pieces of fish throughout. and the fish juice. And just kind of spoon that on top, and it'll continue cooking in the sauce. It's not going to take that much longer to cook because the tilapia, as you know, takes no time. As you can see, the cheese is melted. It's going to be yummy. We're going to add in lots of fresh cilantro. And we're going to stir it in gently so we won't break up the fish too much. But it's going to melt down in there and be yummy. Okay, so the plate, we're going to do half a cup of jasmine rice. We want to make sure we don't go overboard with our portions. And then I spooned over a nice piece of fish with sauce. And I'm going to top with extra black pepper because I love black pepper. And that is the meal. You can add on the side, of course, a side salad, corn, green beans, any kind of vegetable you want on the side. But that is the main thing. This is my take on Pollo BerryHill or BerryHill Del Mar, which is a fish in a cream sauce with cilantro, onions, and mushrooms. Bye.